Okay, cool. So I've created this cube. I want to make sure I've made it out of the basic, not out of geometry. Okay, it's cube. I'm going to grab my floor plan, which I've hopefully scanned or like drawn on software, and then all I do is drag that into the content browser here. It's going to say importing, and it's going to say plan texture. Okay. Now, I can create a material out of this. The easiest way to create the material out of this is to just drag it onto the cube. Okay, and then we'll see it gives us the plan material. If I look at this cube now, I need to slow the camera speed a little. Okay, this cube now has my sketch on it. If your sketch is square, if you use a square aspect ratio, does that make sense to all you folks? Yeah, it'll just make it easier. This is slightly off square, but it's fine. And then I just want to scale this up. And I can drag these two. If I just drag these two, it's only going to scale them on those 2 dimensions. And I'm going to add a click lights and directional light. Then I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to say play from here. Okay, and now I can kind of test. I can see, is that about the width I want my doors? Seems okay. Windows seem okay. I'm probably pretty happy with that scale. Does that make sense? Maybe a little too big, but like I'm able to walk around on the floor plan and tweak things. To build the walls, it's all about extrusion, which I'll just jump into real quick here. I'm going to go to geometry. Going to drag in a box. I'm just going to put it on a corner here because walls have thickness. This might even be too thick, so I'm just going to scale it down. Oh. If you're finding your scaling is kind of weird, these snaps up here in top right have scale snaps, so I'm going to turn that off. And now I can kind of scale this smoothly. Okay, does that make sense? I'm going to move this wall, let's say something like that. And again, I can right click here and press play from here. There's that again. Play from here. So there's like the height of this pillar. Does that seem okay for my wall height? It looks a little bit on the big side for me, so like we can, sorry, and it's created this with the plain material because I've just selected down here, it's applied that material to it. But basically I might want to scale this back down a little. Maybe something like that. I'm not going to play test this necessarily this time. And now I'm going to go into brush editing mode. And instead of just stretching out these walls and moving the points, I'm going to do everything as an extrusion. Okay, so I'm going to select this face. Click the extrude button. It's going to give me this warning. This is a really annoying warning, but I didn't want to say don't show this again because I wanted you to see that. This is fine, don't worry about it. It changes it automatically for you. You can check the box here that says don't show me this again. Hit close. And then you can extrude this wall along this way. Now I'm going to stop the wall there. Why am I stopping the wall there? Yeah, exactly. Next time, because I'm still in extrude mode, next time I drag that wall, it's going to create this new geometry here. I can select this surface here, drag that out to there, remembering to maintain the width for the thickness of my wall. You can do the same here. Okay, and basically connect up all of these walls. Does that make sense, folks? It's pretty quick to build this out in this way. Like you're not gonna, it shouldn't take you hours and hours and hours to do this. One thing, right, so the way you're gonna have this set up is you're gonna want to drag this wall, let's say to, so let's say I want to extrude the surface into this surface here. Remember? You see the way there's a gap there? Okay, it's created that little gap. Instead of worrying about that, if I undo, if I turn off this this snap option to grid, and I drag this all the way to there, it's going to connect it, and there's not going to be a gap there anymore. Oh, shouldn't be. Oh no. What is that snapping to? Yeah, for some reason it needed me to do the extra extrude to get it all the way there. Go. So actually the way, yeah, go. So one way to solve this is to, let's say, have this go something like this. I'm gonna just like kind of draw this slightly randomly. And then this one should connect in. Yeah, this will press right up against that wall. Okay, so just do like do these joining pieces after we've made the rest of the geometry of the hall, so that you're pushing against the wall. Does that make sense? Okay, you will have. I'm going to save this level. I'm going to call this. Okay, new map 2. I'm just going to call this 2 because I'll create this one to make sure I save it. I can apply, if I want to apply textures to this, I just go select, I click this, and I'm going to right click and select all with same material. Yeah, I'm just going to hit select all because it doesn't matter too much. And now I can go into the content browser, look at my starter content, materials, and I can put slime moss on these walls and it will start to feel like a garden or something like that. Does that make sense? If I want a place for the player to start from, okay, once you put a roof on this, this will be pretty dark as well. You just want to drag in a player start, and that shows you where your player is going to start. And there's a little arrow on this. It's probably hard to see on the projector. Can you see this extra blue arrow? That just tells you what way your player is going to point at the start of the game. So if you rotate this, they're going to point that way. Does that make sense? Yeah. Use point lights to create roofs and stuff like that. Okay. So folks, we're going to finish up there if that's okay. In the next part of the class, we're just going to go out and walk around and look at some interesting buildings. Okay. So what I'm going to say is we'll meet down in the, the main area downstairs where the coffee place is? Yeah. Yeah, we'll meet down there in about 10 minutes at 10 past because we're going outside. That should be okay. Alright. Make sure you got coats and stuff. I think it stopped raining, I hope.